Welcome back to Mayo Clinic Radio. I'm Dr. Tom Shives.
And I'm Tracy McRae.
Well, Tracy, summer means it's time to fire up the backyard grill and enjoy the great outdoors. And most of the time you can do that in Minnesota.
Yes.
And you know, when you're grilling, hamburgers and hot dogs are always popular. And don't forget about the brats.
Right.
But it's not exactly health food.
No, not at all. Here to share some healthy summer grilling hacks.
You mean there are ways to cook on the grill and that are healthy?
Yes, is our executive chef, Jennifer Welper. She is the executive chef with Mayo Clinic Healthy Living Program. Welcome back to the program, Jennifer. It's good to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
So, Jen, executive chef at the Mayo Clinic. Now, how do you get that job?
Ooh, lots of dedication, hard work, and having someone find you in Hilton Head, South Carolina.
So this is not your first rodeo?
No, sir.
So tell us about your background.
My background is culinary nutrition, so I have kind of the best of both worlds with my culinary degree and nutrition degree as well. So,
And where do you get those?
Johnston Wales in Providence, Rhode Island.
And so did you do that right out of high school?
Yep. Yeah.
And how long did it take?
4 years.
And so you have degrees in both what and what?
Culinary, arts, and then nutrition.
What is it that made you interested in working with food?
Ooh, I am a farm girl. Grew up with my grandparents and lost my grandpa to heart disease right before I went to college. So, and he was kind of the glue of the family, and so kind of losing him, it was just like, gosh, you know, if he could have had a little grasp on his diabetes and everything, like we could have had him around for a little bit longer.
That's tough for farmers to do.
It is.
Even though your grandmother, if she was like my grandmother, probably had the biggest garden that you've ever seen.
And she's a great cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that we're talking about today. It's how to make your grilling. It's grilling season. How to make that a little bit more healthy. Is it even possible?
Absolutely. It's what you pick. I think the big thing that we typically go for hot dogs and hamburgers and brats is they're always juicy, right? You can't really mess them up, right? Unless they're caught on fire.
Right.
But the big thing is picking your leaner meats and then making sure that you're not overcooking them. So cooking your chicken right to 165. But typically what I advise people is cook it to 160, leave it on the grill, shut the grill off, let it carry over cook. Everything carry over cooks, whether it's a baked potato, it's a muffin, it's a carrot, it's a chicken breast, it's salmon fillet. Everything continues to cook even though the heat is off.
So why is it wrong to cook it too much?
Because it dries out.
Because it doesn't taste good.
Exactly. And so the other part is when you're looking at something like your leaner proteins, they don't have a lot of fat, right? And so sometimes people want to try to like rush the process, and the little bit of juice that is in them, we try to squeeze it out. So then we have really dry meat. And what do we do with dry meat?
Throw it away usually.
Oh, no.
Some
lots
people
of sauce.
throw it. Yeah, lots of sauce.
Lots of cheese.
You know, exactly. If you're in my family, it's ranch.
Ranch dressing.
So there's all these other higher caloric things that we do to compensate. And so really what it's about is making sure that we're just cooking it right. You know, we're so afraid of having like raw fish or raw chicken that we usually go maybe like 15 degrees over.
Speaking of chicken, what's your favorite way to grill chicken? Is it what did you call it? When you not overcook it.
So you kind of want to undercook it a little bit.
Yeah,
So
undercook and then you
160.
shut off the heat.
Yep, and everything carry over cooks.
Carry over cooks.
Yep, carry over cooks.
So that would be your tip. That would be your hack for chicken.
That's right, absolutely. So you still want it to be 165 is your final temp, but let it sit and let it just carry over. But having a nice lime marinade is always good.
And how long do you have to marinate chicken?
Anytime you have something really acidic, like lime juice, lemon juice, even like white wine, red wine, if something like that, a good 30 minutes is more than enough time, especially if you're working with a lean protein.
Okay.
Because it doesn't have to break down all those other intervisceral tissues because it already is what it is.
Gotcha.
So that's your favorite marinade. What sort of spices do you like to put on chicken?
Garlic, cilantro. I love cumin. I love a little Tabasco. Sometimes just like lemon, salt, pepper. That's always good for me.
Now, are you talking about a whole chicken or pieces? Or either?
We're looking for the leanest, so that'd be the chicken breast.
Well, yeah, legs and thighs?
No, none of those.
No, really?
No. Yeah.
She's trying to help us be more healthful. Okay, tell me about the vegetables, because once I learned that you can put, well, you like feta, I like blue cheese, but
Right.
when you add that to grilled vegetables, you just, the party's over. That is the best ever.
Absolutely. The big thing is making sure that you take your vegetables, put them in a bowl, season them in the bowl. So kind of portion out your olive oil and then add your love to it. So onion powder, garlic powder. You can do some of those like Mrs. Dash blends or some of those seasoning blends that are low salt. Mix them up and then throw them on the grill. Sometimes even doing a little bit of like a balsamic marinade is nice. Any type of acid works kind of in tandem as adding like a salt flavor. So you can use a lot less salt. So if you're trying to kind of limit the salt intake, lime juice, lemon juice, any type of acid, white wine, that's actually going to make it taste a little bit more salty.
And since we're putting them on the grill, I mean, if they're big planks of eggplant or something, that'll work. But what are we supposed to use to just get them on the grill? Because a lot of them are too small and they fall through.
Right. So I think the big thing is kind of cut them to what will work on the grill. Otherwise, if you're like, I'm not going to do that, I don't have enough to put this big grill. If you get one of those cast iron skillets that have the grids in them, that works just as good. You've got that cast iron flavor and nothing falls through the cracks, but you still get those grill marks.
All right, what about grilled pizza? That seems to be pretty popular. Is there a way to make a healthy pizza?
Absolutely.
Really?
Of course. Yeah, you better believe it.
I don't want to know.
Well, then why didn't you bring some with you today?
You didn't ask.
Just sorry.
So number one, you want to start with the crust, making sure you have a good like whole wheat crust or maybe a crust that has flaxseed in it. Get something really nice and earthy. And then even throwing maybe like a salsa verde or some sort of like nice kind of summery sauce. You can always do marinara as well. And then throw on some grilled vegetables, enhance with maybe some pulled chicken, some pulled pork tenderloin, and then garnish with kind of your fancy cheeses, I like to call. So your blue cheese, your feta, your gorgonzola, your pecorino, and then have just kind of your melty cheese as kind of the sprinkle. So that way it's more of like you've got all of this high density filler, and then you're still having that really good flavor.
My stomach is growling. I just love roasted vegetables so much.
You said pulled pork, but you didn't say pepperoni.
You are right. That doesn't mean you can't have it. I usually explain if you want things like pepperoni, take 5 slices, chop it into little pieces, and sprinkle it on. Because if you think about it, you're not trying to have a pepperoni in every bite. You just want to taste it.
Yeah.
So
okay, I got it.
maximize your flavor and your calories.
Finally, fish. Can you do fish on a grill, and what type of fish should we grill?
You want something that's not really flaky. It'd be really hard to do like cod, but you want to do like a halibut. You want to do salmon, of course, shrimp, any type of swordfish, tuna, something that's a little bit more steak-like is a little bit easier, unless you have like a plank. Like a wood plank that you're going to kind of grill it on. But something to kind of keep in mind is a lot of times when you're grilling, think about this. Maybe you want to grill all week, but you don't actually want to fire up the grill every day. So what you can do is maybe when you're grilling your chicken, grill your salmon as well, but don't grill it all the way. Get those grill marks, pull it off, let it cool, put it in the refrigerator. Tomorrow or the next day, you turn on your oven, you set a timer, you finish cooking it to your final internal temp. And that's going to be kind of helping you with meal planning and making sure that you're still able to attain those flavors and that health benefit without having to do all that extra work.
All right, quickly before we go, I know that people can come to the Mayo Clinic and actually see all of this firsthand and watch you cook, and you can teach them how to cook healthy. How do they get a hold of you? How do they sign up for a program?
If you go to mayoclinic.org, we have a healthy living program section on there, and you can look for classes for our signature experience or our weight loss programs.
All right, perfect.
That's what you need to do to learn how to grill pizza.
If they take my pepperoni away, I'm not going. Mayo Clinic Healthy Living Program Executive Chef Jennifer Welper, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.